Dumalang Sanbonani, good evening. Welcome to Expressions. I know you know this by now because this is definitely the place for you to air your views. Kena host Elena Jacqueline Mapala.
Expressions. I'm your host, Umkolisi Wagamasango. Now tonight, Jackie, the spotlight falls firmly on young people who are making great strides in their various fields. Now, unfortunately, we are not live. You can engage with us on our Facebook as well as on our Twitter page because we just love to hear because
Expressions is definitely not Expressions without you, Kohaya. You know, there's so many young people out there who are making great strides in their different fields, but often we always make noise about them in terms of focusing on issues such as unemployment, teenage pregnancy, and substance abuse. And the list goes on and on. But today on Expressions, we want to flaunt, we want to celebrate the great things that young people are achieving out there. And today on the show, we want to hopefully inspire you, Kohaya, so that you can feel like there's something that you can do about whatever it is that you want to make an impact on, right, Nko?
Yes, Jackie, and we got it and we're going to flaunt it. Now, before we get into that, let's just quickly have a look at what our street journalist found for us on the streets. Roll it.
I don't think they celebrate it at all. I think that we are so consumed by all, the older people that are doing so well that youngsters are not celebrated. I mean, I have the opportunity to interview phenomenal youngsters that are actually making a difference in informal communities, and they're not celebrated enough, and it frustrates me actually that they're not getting the attention from the media that they deserve, and I think that that should change.
We actually don't have the platform. I think there's a lot of things that young people are actually doing out there, but the thing is people don't know about it.
Oftentimes what gets looked at are the super high achievers, not the guys who are also achieving but not as phenomenally as the super achievers. Do you know what I mean? So I think we don't do enough to talk to recognize those kind of achievers.
I think we're complacent. We just expect everything to be handed in a silver platter to us instead of just going out and looking for opportunities.
Young people definitely making us proud, but to help me take this discussion further, I'm joined in studio by Jennifer Vlodick as well as Lubabalo Taibosh. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being here on Expressions. Tell us a little bit about just the kind of things that you're doing, how you are making an impact and making a significant in the field that you're in.
Well, I'm the owner, I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm one of the Forbes 30 under 30 African continent, and I'm also one of the ambassadors of National Development Plan 2030. And how am I making changes? It's a great question. I help people to lose weight. I train people to start their own businesses. We successfully trained 65 beauty salons all over South Africa for the last 5 years. And I think that's how I'm making changes, and I'm employing a lot of people to help me to do what I'm doing. Yeah. I think that's what I'm doing.
I mean, I think that's absolutely fantastic. I mean, you know, Lubabalo, whenever we talk about young people, it's always around, oh, these are the challenges that they're facing. And of course, those challenges are absolutely real. But I want to find out from you, how are you sort of coming up with solutions in your space? How are you making a difference?
Well, basically, it is all about something that you can do and how you impact society. So I like the question you posed because it's basically what inspired me to start what I'm doing, which is the SA Mark, an initiative with the objective of alleviating poverty, supporting entrepreneurs, helping to reduce crime and to help build unity. Because in essence, the platform is about not whether you're pink or white or black or blue, but it's to say, let's come together as South Africans and make a change. So I, with my IT background, I started an initiative an online platform that enables you to flourish in your sphere of being an artist. Imagine that young man who stays somewhere in a shack. People don't know him. He doesn't have a voice to cry out. I'm saying I know that you don't have the money to pay for web hosting or to have a website done for you. So I said, okay, let me rather plow back into society. And I started a website, and that's how I'm plowing back into South Africa, and that's how I'm making a change to show that young people are not just sitting there and doing all these negative things that people are looking at, but we're actually making an impact. We are the custodians of change, and we are the future of tomorrow.
I love that. And, you know, whenever you engage with young people and you speak to young people, they always feel that in order for them to make a difference, in order for them to make an impact, they have to be special. So I want to bring it down to just who you guys are as just a normal boy and a normal girl. And I want to start with you, Jennifer. I mean, tell us just a little bit around just who you are. You know, I mean, you're looking absolutely gorgeous, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, all of this started from somewhere. So let's talk about the small beginnings of your journey.
I came a long time ago, I can say 8 years ago, and I started from nothing. Started my own business was when I was working by myself with one tiny room. Then I started working, and then I had a partner, which didn't do much, so I had to leave that partner, let's say, and start it again. And I didn't just leave the partner left me with a lot of problems that I also had to sort out. And I had to do it again. And then 5 years later, I'm here. So I think I did well. So that was hard. It was not easy. I was a legal alien, I can say, but I made it work. Yeah. And I don't think it depends who you are or where you're from or what skin color, especially I'm in the African continent. So being a white foreign girl, especially a girl, when you go somewhere, they just tell you no. It's mostly African men which have advantage over girls, and they always tell you like the doors are closed. So that was hard. So I don't think it depends what's your skin color, where you're from, and I think it all depends. If you want to succeed and if you want to achieve something in your life, you definitely can. Doesn't matter where you are.
I think for you, Babala, I want to know what your challenges were, because again, it's very difficult to contemplate making a difference if you don't feel that the challenges as well as the obstacles that you're facing can be overcome. So maybe talk a little bit about your challenges, and I think I want to also touch on a little bit about you guys being ambassadors and a little bit about that later.
Lubawalo is a young, ambitious man who comes from a small town called Stadheim, perhaps known as Mlungisi in the Eastern Cape. You know, it's a town filled with unemployment, a town where young people don't see the future. So I started with a negative start, but the story will not end that way. So I consider my life to be one of inspiration. You know, I was fortunate that my parents were able to take me to proper schools like Queen's College, Boys High School, where I then got more insight into what careers are out there, and I got more inspiration. So after that, I then went on to complete my BCom IT degree at the University of Johannesburg. So I have been really fortunate, and life is not about me, but I've realized that life is about the impact you have on people. There's a well-known saying that people will not remember what you did for them, but how you made them feel. So I'm a person who's purpose-driven. My purpose in life is to make a difference. Of course, when I was 10, I was hit by a car. That was also an impediment. But I've managed, through the support of my parents, through the support of my church gatherings, to overcome all those negative connotations and to see that I am well able. Today, I'm also a renowned, well-renowned international public speaker. as well as a well-renowned leader within Toastmasters International.
So you've accomplished a whole...
Quite a lot.
You guys are putting me to shame. But you know what? With that, Mobogedi, I really hope you're being inspired, because some of these stories that we're hearing about, you know, these young people who are on the show today, can also be your story. So make sure you stay tuned, stay inspired. You're watching Expressions. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back. Here's Natlago Expressions, your #1 youth current affairs show. Now, the spotlight is on South Africa's young achievers. Now, these are young people who've made significant strides in their respective fields. And we're not live this evening, so you cannot call us, and of course, but you can still get in touch with us on our social media pages. We are on Facebook as well as on Twitter. Now, I'm joined by a young person who's made significant strides in the entertainment industry. Pila Matlingos.
Yes, sir.
How's it, Chief?
Awesome. I'm awesome.
Good to have you on the show. Yeah, good to have you on the show, man. Now, we've seen you on that music competition before.
Yes.
And what's happened since then?
Well, I did a lot of acting before the music show. So I went back into acting. I've done Isigizi, but there's a lot of acting that's still gonna come. What I'm doing right now is just trying to reintroduce myself as a musician, because I've realized that people have gravitated towards my acting, you know. So I want to show them that I have many more talents. Yeah.
Or how easy is it for you to constantly be rebranding yourself in an attempt to still be excelling at what you do? Because now we know you as an actor, and then now you're branching into the music space.
But the media space right now is very easy. We are in the social space. You can reintroduce yourself every month if you want to. It's just a click of a button. We can do that. Back in the day, you had to go all around the country, do a lot of radio interviews for people to get to know the other things that you do. But right now, I can just post. I can just post videos. I can just introduce myself through the online sites. So it's not that hard, especially for us, the youth.
Now, Mfethu, abantu abaningi bakwazi as Ringo Matlingos' son. Tell me, how difficult has that been to step out of that, you know, that whole perception and hold your own, because you've managed to do that quite successfully?
Well, I think in the beginning, I wanted to step out of the shadow, but right now I don't, you know. I think it's where I belong, you know. I was raised under those wings, you know. They taught me everything I know, so why leave, you know? And batting is close, I school as pale, you know, ufundu tufe. So I'm gonna stay under that wing and learn, so that when it's not there anymore, I become the wing.
Yeah, and of course, Mundomusha Lapekaya, November is known to be, of course, a National Disability Month. And, you know, these young people sitting on the table, the Oputulu Babalo has also brought in some of the challenges that he's faced. And there's, of course, a lot of challenges that young people face on a day-to-day basis. I just want to know from you, what's your secret recipe? What's your winning formula?
Never stop. There are a lot of things that move us away from our dreams instead of affirm our dreams, you know. You need to be strong within yourself, wake up every day and never give in to the doubt. Never give in, you must, in fact, it's easy, it's God, you know. Once you have God, you know, there's nothing else, anything or anyone can do. Just keep the faith.
Yeah, and of course, bakhona abantu abasha who want to follow in your footsteps. They want to get into the entertainment industry. They want to be actors. They want to be musicians. Little do they know that it's actually a cutthroat industry. They think it's all smooth sailing. Now, tell me, what would you tell umundomusha that's sitting at home thinking, I want to be like Upila? Tell them about how difficult this industry is.
I tell them to study. It's not just about your skills. I came into this industry with my skills, you know, and I found out that there's a business behind it. There's etiquette. You have to know how to take care of your brand. You have to know how to represent your brand. You have to know how to get to know people and build great and strong and lasting business relationships. So I had to learn that through going to school, you know. I learned that through workshops, through meeting up with different people in, you know, in the entertainment industry. You know, it's learning, never stop learning.
And of course, taking pride in your brand.
Yes.
And knowing that it goes beyond the talent. There's that business aspect as well. Perhaps, Jackie, this is where we can even bring Oputulu Babalo in, because I'm keen on finding out, because he was speaking about those little challenges, Jackie. Maybe Oputi can even tell us more about, you know, some of the challenges that he's faced, you know, just being a young person who's living with a disability right now.
Well, as I mentioned, Jackie, when I was 10, I was hit by a taxi. And eventually my legs started becoming worse, and my speech also started getting affected. You know, as I get tired and become weary, you can notice the difference that, okay, now I'm not so eloquent anymore in speaking. So those are some of the challenges that I've encountered. When I was at school, studying at UJ, for example, it is quite a steep place. And for me, it was a challenge just to get to class because I would have to balance. Today, I use a walking stick. But because of the fighting spirit I have within me, back then I refused to use it until I realized that this battle is quite tough and I need to succumb to it and start using a challenge, you know. So my family actually knows me before I started using a crutch, you know. But today I use a crutch, but I'm not defined by the crutch that I use.
You're definitely defined by something absolutely different altogether, right, Mko?
Very great insight over there, well, Jackie. And of course, now Lapekaya, you just have to ask yourself, Kuti, what are you doing with your time? We back after this. Stay with us.
Welcome back. You are still watching Expressions here on SABC 1. The spotlight is on South African young achievers. And I hope today you are inspired, because these young people are truly showing that this country is firmly in good hands. So I'm still with Jennifer and Ululubablo. Guys, I loved just a little bit of the sentiments that came across from Mxolisi, but I think as we're wrapping this up, I want to give you guys an opportunity as well to talk about just some of the roles that you're playing as ambassadors for the NDP, right? I want to know, what does that entail? How did you guys get picked? I'll start with Jennifer.
Well, I think I got picked through Forbes, because they apparently read the magazine, or maybe they contacted Forbes, I'm not too sure. But I just received an email from government saying, we would like to see you in the White House. And I was thinking, are you sure you're contacting the right person? Like, what's going on? Why? How am I connected? They said, no. We found you through Forbes, so we would like to see you. So we went there and we met ministers and deputy ministers and quite a lot of important people. That was a great network. And this is how we got there. And we went through a few circles of being elected. And then, yeah, that's how we got. I think it's about 37 people, I think, altogether from the whole country that they chosen. This is how we got there. That's about me.
And for you, Lulubalo?
Okay, my journey is a bit different. I won the NYDA South African Youth Award in the Extraordinary Champions category, which basically means that I'm someone who faces a disability but is doing wonderful things. So my name then got forwarded to the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation under Minister Jeff Kadebe. And then, yeah, today I'm a National Development Plan brand ambassador, same as Jennifer.
And I want to know, which one exactly are you in that? Yeah.
As in, with which sector am I focusing
yes, specifically your sector, yes.
Yes, I'm within the IT sector because I studied IT. I'm passionate about IT, and I believe we can make a difference as young people through IT.
And for you, Jennifer, it's health.
Health.
What exactly do you do if you are an ambassador?
We were just elected last month, so nothing major happened as yet. So I'm sure a bit later on we will find out more. But what we did understand that we will be also like public speakers, also speaking to people and inspiring them to make a change. And we'll be working with massive corporations who will be helping us as well to create more jobs.
You know, I don't want young people watching at home to think that it's about the titles or just about the acknowledgement, because you guys were already making an impact in your various fields before the acknowledgements. And I just want to give you an opportunity, I think, just to speak to young people who are watching right now, young people who feel that, you know what, I don't think I can do anything with my life. I'm living with a disability, or I'm a foreigner. You know, we all have all these different obstacles and challenges in our mind. I want you guys, just 30 seconds, just to speak to young people around how they can be like you and make a difference.
Great stuff. The NTP is basically, like you said, it did not reinvent the wheel, but they said, there's a young Lubabalo somewhere doing something great. There's a Jennifer somewhere making an impact in society. And my calling is to say, there's someone great out there doing something to help someone to study, doing something to help someone have food at night, you know, to help someone have sanitary pads so that they can go to school. So you as a young person, get in touch with us as NTP ambassadors, because one of our responsibilities is to ensure that we identify other young people who are doing great strides in our country and make sure that they get all the support they want.
Wow. Ordinary heroes, right? You guys are everyday ordinary heroes. Thank you so very much for coming to the show and truly inspiring us. And I guess for young people out there, you can do something. You can start something today. Right, Mko?
Wow, guys, I've got so much insight and picked from your fountain of wisdom. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. Now, there's something that Tuputulu Babalo said earlier. He said, we are the ultimate custodians of our own journey.
I love
that really hit home, and that was great to have young people who share such sentiments. And of course, Lapekai, now it's all up to you what you do. You cannot control how you started, but you can certainly influence the way you go. And of course, as per usual, we don't leave you alone. We leave you in the capable hands of Upila Madlingos. Cutting Edge is up next. Have a spectacular evening going forward.
Adios.
Bayatata